Today I'm with the Evercross EV10K Pro. This is a budget entry-level scooter, usually around that £230, so it promises to be a really good deal if you're looking for your first electric ride. Now, I missed the unboxing footage for this one, but honestly, you're not missing much. It's a standard box, simple setup. What matters is the price. This is a legit entry-level scooter, usually sitting around £230. First thing I noticed when I got this e-scooter is the build. For a budget-friendly ride, it feels surprisingly solid. It weighs about 16 kilograms, so it's light enough for an adult to lug up a flight of stairs, but it doesn't feel flimsy. It's got a 330-pound max load rating, which is pretty massive for an entry-level build. We've got that 500-watt brushless motor and a 36-volt 11.4 ampere-hour battery. Evercross says you'll get 35 kilometers of range, but if you're riding it properly in sport mode, expect more like 20 to 25 kilometers in the real world. The big one here is the 10-inch honeycomb tires. These are solid, meaning you are never getting a flat. You've got 3 speed modes: Eco, Drive, and Sport. Out of the box, it's often capped at 25 kilometers per hour, but you can unlock the full 30 or 32 kilometers per hour by clicking the power button 6 times or using the Evercross Pro app. So the real question is, how does the EV10K Pro actually ride? Acceleration feels smooth and predictable, which is exactly what you want from a commuter scooter. Braking combines a rear disc brake with electronic braking for controlled stops, and thanks to those 10-inch tires, the ride feels much more stable than smaller entry-level scooters. It's not designed to be a crazy high-performance machine. Instead, it focuses on being reliable, comfortable, and practical for daily rides through the city. For beginners, casual riders, or anyone looking for a solid everyday scooter without spending a fortune, this is where something like the EV10K Pro starts to make a lot of sense. So in this video, we're going to break down the design, test the ride, check the braking, and see whether the Evercross EV10K Pro is actually worth your money. Now it's time to test the speed, starting with Eco mode. In Eco, the scooter limits the power to save battery and give you a smoother ride, which is perfect for beginners or for longer commutes when you want to maximize range. Acceleration here is very controlled and steady. It doesn't feel aggressive, but it gets you moving comfortably through city streets and bike lanes. Next, switching into drive mode, you immediately feel a bit more power coming from the motor. The throttle response becomes quicker, and the scooter starts picking up speed faster, while still staying very manageable. This is probably the mode most people will use for everyday riding, because it balances performance and battery life really well. Finally, we move into sport mode, where the EV10K Pro unlocks its full power. This is where the scooter feels the most alive, acceleration becomes noticeably stronger, and the scooter pushes towards its top speed. For a commuter scooter, it actually feels surprisingly capable, and it's more than enough for getting around the city quickly. Of course, we can't skip the off-road test, so let's see how the e-scooter handles rougher terrain. Now, this scooter is mainly designed for city streets and commuting, but thanks to the 10-inch honeycomb tires and the front and rear suspension, it should still handle light off-road sections like gravel paths, park trails, or uneven roads. Those solid tires help absorb smaller bumps while also removing the risk of punctures, which is always a big advantage when riding on rough surfaces. Still, for a budget commuter scooter, it actually does a respectable job. If you're riding through parks, gravel paths, or slightly rough terrain, the EV10K Pro can handle it without too much trouble. Just don't expect it to behave like a high-power off-road scooter. And that's the end of the video. Overall, this e-scooter turns out to be a solid and reliable commuter scooter that focuses on comfort, simplicity, and practical everyday riding. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the review and found it helpful. If you're interested in picking one up for yourself, make sure to check the link in the description, where you can also find my discount code to save some money. And as always, ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.